Hi, my name is Wendy, and I am a missionary in Thailand. We are here in Thailand right now at a temple, a Buddhist temple that is a depiction of Buddhist hell. The Buddhist hell is very different than our conception of hell. There are 8 levels of hell, and there's cold hells and there's hot hells. And in this temple in particular, it's full of sculptures that basically depict tortures that a person will go through for the sins that they've committed in their lifetime. So if a person, for example, commits adultery, there are certain tortures for the sin of adultery. If a person kills animals, for example, buffalo, then their specific torture in hell will be buffaloes torturing them, and so on. And so this whole temple is a depiction of these torments that one goes through in hell, in the Buddhist hell. So today what I wanted to talk about is, again, another ontological question. And ontology has to do with the ultimate nature of reality. What is, what exists, and where it all came from. And the Buddhist ontology is very different than the Christian ontology. The Christian ontology we receive from the Bible, but the Buddhist ontology is from the Pali Canon. And for this video, I wanted to look at specifically the cosmology, Buddhist cosmology. So the study of the origin, cosmology is the study of the origin, evolution, and eventual fate of the universe. So it's very, very different than ours. We have the Bible that where we believe that there is a creator God who created the universe, that the universe has a starting point and an ending point. However, Buddhists believe that our present universe is just simply one of millions of world systems. And there are endless cycles of birth, destruction, and rebirth. And they believe the Buddha taught in 31 realms of existence. Like I said, there's 8 levels of hell, and there are 11 levels of heaven, and there are states of human existence and animal existence in between all those. So that's very different than our concept of life and cosmology. So I'm just going to read this. It's easier to read than try to remember what I wrote here. And concerning the nature of ultimate reality, the 4 noble truths teach that all existence has the characteristics of suffering, impermanence, and insubstantiality. Impermanence, one of those fundamental concepts of existence, holds that beings of all kinds, humankind, animals, and all spiritual beings, are transitory in nature, soulless, and each one temporarily in the realm that their karma put them in. So in this view, humans and spiritual beings have no eternal soul. And the 8 major levels of hell and the 11 levels of heaven are temporary states for the soul, although they don't believe in a soul. So for that essential piece of a person, I guess you could say. And once that person has either used up their good karma or paid for their bad karma, they will be released from either heaven or hell to be reincarnated, perhaps as a human. If they're really bad, maybe as an animal. In human state, the soul is given another chance to release itself from craving and attain nirvana, non-being. This being the view of the Buddhist, there are endless opportunities to become a better person, to experience some of the Buddhist heavens, to escape from one of the hells if one must pay for their bad karma. Every state is temporary except for the cessation of being, which is nirvana. So that's very different than what we believe. And for the everyday Buddhist, it's a very acceptable practice to be simply a good person. If one should slip now and then, there are multifarious ways to make merit and counter the bad karma with some good karma. And ways that Thais typically seek to get good karma is they visit temples, they listen to the monks teach and preach, They give money to temples, they help the poor, they release birds, release fish, they offer things to deities. And so they have a lot of different ways where they can make merit. And sometimes even listening to a Christian give their talk about religion, they can make merit with that too. And if the good things they have done are not enough, they can always console themselves with the state of hell that they are going to go to is just a temporary one, and they'll come back and they can try again later. So this is a comfortable place for many Buddhists to be, and for Christians, the Christian idea that you have only one chance can be a frightening one for them. And what do we do about this as Christians? How do we address this issue, the cosmology of the universe? Well, we go back to Genesis again and teach about the creation of the universe. And we look to the Bible as our source of knowledge and information and truth. So that's why most of the time we don't start with Jesus when we begin to share the gospel with a Thai Buddhist person. We go back to these fundamental concepts or truths that are on the metaphysical level and deal with those first, teach on those first, and share on those first, those truths first, and then eventually building up to the gospel of Jesus Christ.